So welcome everyone. My name is Inbal Barel. I'm the director of the Hebrew unit. Okay, I'm the director of the Hebrew unit at the WZO, the World Zionist Organization. And what we're going to do today, and I hope it will be good enough for everyone and useful for everyone that are here with us, is to do a little workshop about games and how to use games in the Hebrew class, at the Hebrew class. Okay? So, I will use a presentation during other workshop. Naturally, needless to say, English is not my native language, as you probably can hear. So if I'm doing some mistakes with grammar or something, please I apologize. Also, of course, this kind of workshop, the best way of doing it is face to face. This model, this model of the technology platform is good, so everyone can participate, but it's not the best way to do it. But I really hope that we can enjoy and make it useful despite the limitations. So let's start. Yeah, share screen. Thank you. I have Hila here. That she is a good friend and great assistant to me with all this technology stuff. So let's have time to play in Hebrew. Do you see the presentation, everyone? Good.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So before we really start, I want you to think about your favorite games. Take a moment to think of your favorite games that you used to like as kids, or games that you like today. Okay? Just think about 3 or 4 games that you like. It can be sports games, it can be like intellectual games, it can be social games, every kind of games that you want. Hello, I see that we have another participant. Shalom.
Hello.
Hello. What is your name, please?
It's Christine Barel, but somehow I seem to be on a computer even though I'm on the phone. That's okay. Hello.
Okay, great. So just take a moment to think of your favorite games. If you want, you can write it down so we won't forget it. Okay. And we will return to it. I hope that we'll have time and to discuss it a little bit later. Okay, so everyone has some games in their mind or on their paper. Okay, and now we will really start. Okay, so what is this workshop about? What we're gonna do is talk a little bit about social games that can help us and that we can use during the Hebrew class. Now, we are going to focus in 4 kinds of social games. First, listening, okay? Games that helps us to understand vocabulary, to understand what people say. Next one is talking, okay? Games that help us to practice the Hebrew language, communicate in Hebrew. Games that help us to develop skills of reading and skills of writing. Now, I want to ask you, when you think about all those practices, all those skills, understanding, talking, reading, and writing, which skill do you think is the most easy to learn? And which skill is the most hard to learn? Someone wants to have Ariela?
I think listening is much easier than anything else. I see that when I teach English.
Okay. Why do you
When I teach Hebrew, it's much better.
What? What do you
Same in Hebrew.
Same in Hebrew.
It's easier to learn how to listen and understand than to read and talk.
Okay.
I think.
How can you explain it? Do you have some explanation of why this is the easiest skill?
Because that's what as the newborn, that's what they first do. They listen, they hear their parents.
Right. Think about it. Actually, it's excellent. It's the excellent answer. Think about little babies. Okay, the first thing that we do is just to listen. Afterwards, we start to imitate what we listen and to produce things. And of course, reading and writing is afterwards. But think, there is another thing, that listening is passive act. Okay, you don't have to produce, it's something that you just get, as well as reading. So that's why reading is much more easy than writing. Okay. Now, I want to divide this workshop for two parts. Maya, I see that you join us. Hello. Where you come from?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Indianapolis. Okay. And where do you teach?
Hi, Maya.
Hi, at the Haston Hebrew Academy, and we work with Rambam.
Rambam. Okay. And
you're our teachers. Mir is here next to me.
What?
Mir is here next to me.
ראיתי.
היי, מה נשמע, מאיה?
בסדר.
Okay, continue.
אלו גילאים?
We miss her.
אלו כיתות?
We miss her.
תני לה להמשיך.
את מלמדת, אלו כיתות את מלמדת? אלו ילדים צעירים?
אני מלמדת גן חובה, שיחה בלבד, ואני מלמדת כיתות ה' וו', עברית.
Okay, תודה. Okay, so what I want to do is to divide this workshop for two parts. First of all, to think a little bit about the importance of games and how we can use it properly in our classes. Now, I guess that many of you use games in your classes, especially those who work with little kids. But I want us to think a little bit, more deeper about the meaning of the games and how we can really use it without making the class, the lesson will still be under control, and that the games will have an educational effort and effect. Okay, so that's the first part, and afterwards, I just want us to practice some games. That is going to be in Hebrew because we are talking about games for Hebrew. So to practice it, we will do it in Hebrew. Ida, I hope that you can manage with it despite the limits of the language. Okay, so first of all, the importance of games. There was a Dutch philosopher who said that the meaning of the person, meaning of humanity, is to game. He called it like there is a homo species and everything. He said the homo ludens. Homo ludens means that what to differentiate between human beings and other animals is their ability to game, to play, okay, and to invent games. We can say it as a paraphrase of what Descartes says: I play, therefore I am. Okay, so in what we go, but in the class, the games help us to make what we study, what we learn, to make it active, from input to output, from passive to active. It's like an acting out of what we are studying. The importance of games, or the benefit of it, is that we don't really feel that we are studying. We are studying during games. So, and that is the important stuff of it, and of course the enjoying part of it. So it's kind of a natural learning. It happens spontaneously. It happens unconsciously. Time to life, time to play. So the importance of it. Can someone tell me why? Why do games are important? How can we, why is it good for us as teachers to use games? Maya.
I think it's important because it's a way to reinforce what we're learning in a fun way, so the students don't feel like, oh, this is yet another class.
Mm-hmm.
So it's reinforcing, it's letting them have fun with it and enjoy it while they're learning the concept or the words.
Can you share with us one game that you used to play with in your class?
Okay, so with the little ones in kindergarten, we do a bingo game where it's important for them to learn the words, sight words actually. And so we play that way, and they love it. They absolutely love it. And those that are struggling will look at the other person and they learn from each other. So that's important. Mm-hmm. In later grades, in 5th and 6th grade, I really try to hone in on Avar Hove Atid. So we have a game, Chutes and Ladders, that we do. And then I just saw an idea of doing these cubes, big cubes, with the pronouns and the Avar Atid Hove. And then you let them know what the shoresh is. And so I'm working on that next.
Okay, great. Okay. So here are some things that I thought that games are important for. Memory. It's developed the memory. You can see that's what the elephants, it developed the memory, it's developed the imagination, it's developed cognitive skills. That's one thing. Another thing is self-control and acceptance or receptions of rules. The students have to deal with the situation, and even if they don't win, they have to accept it. So it makes them much more with self-control. In addition, it helps us it's kind of a self-learning from experience. So when you are participating in the game, and you can learn from it, you can learn from it, from the experience, what should I do or shouldn't do next time. Okay.
Right.
Another thing is to function. Games helps to or importance to animals to function in different situations, such as danger and surprise and sudden events. For us, as human beings, it of course helps at the same way. And naturally, social skills, communication, working within a group, and empathy to another. When we're talking about specifically in the Hebrew class, it can help us to internalize and remember words, linguistic structures, rules, and stuff like that. It can help us to communicate and to interact in Hebrew, both oral and written communication. And it can help us to make an active use of studied materials. So from imitation to expression, from practice to creative activity. And of course, enjoy. It's a natural learning that is current the personal involvement that we did. Okay. Some principles that are really important. It's written in Hebrew, but I will explain in English. Some very important principles that we need to have in our mind when we use games in the Hebrew class. First of all, to fit the game to the age and to the level. We cannot, bingo, what do you think? For which ages bingo is good?
We play bingo in kindergarten and preschool.
Excuse me? Slicha?
We played bingo from very young age.
Right. And also you can see also like old people, in Beta Bot, in like old people that play in bingo also. So bingo, it's for all ages.
Yeah,
but of course, when we think about Yam Yabasha, do you know Yam Yabasha?
Yes.
Yam Yabasha, it's when you divide the...
How do you say it in English, Yam Yabasha?
Ocean and dry land.
Ocean and dry land. Okay.
I don't think it's a game.
Students need to jump from this part and this part. So this game, I don't think that teenagers will be so satisfied with this kind of activity. So we need to think about that age and also about the level in Hebrew. We can't expect people that they're in basic level to do some complicated games and vice versa. So that's the first thing. Another thing, the goal and the aim of the games is not to study, is not to learn new stuff. It's to internalize, it's to repeat on things that they already know. We can, of course, during the games, they will probably learn some new vocabulary and stuff like that, but that is not the main goal of the game, okay? So that's the second principle. And the third one, you can play with the games. L'sachek im ha'mishak. What it means, you can do a lot of variations of each game, and to fit it, to make the variations according to the things that you are teach. Like bingo, and you are teaching now about the Independence Day, okay? Israel Independence Day. So we can take words that we taught that are relevant to this context and use them at the game. So we can also make the differences and make the various variations to make it as a support to what we're doing at the class. Okay, questions? Someone? Okay. Okay. So we ask the first thing that when we want to choose a game, to make it in our class, the first thing that we need to ask ourselves is for whom? For whom it's, for whom we want to make it. Which kind of levels, which kind of ages. And the other thing is for what? Which kind of skills we want to encourage during the game. It can be understand, it can be talking, it can be reading, it can be writing, but to think which kind of skill I want to base, okay? I will skip that. So, but I will repeat because these are very, very important things. So the first one is what is good to my group, which kind of skills I want to develop, and how the game really can make it happen. Okay? And the third one is how can I make the activity, the game, a part of the context that we are teaching. Ariella, do you want to give us also an example of games that you use in your class?
Okay. When I teach English as a second language at the moment, well, I'll tell you what the tutoring that I had. I gave them, we were learning colors in Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
I took popsicle sticks. I wrote the word in Hebrew, the word in English, Hebrew ktav agor and ktav tfus. Like, I had like a set of three they had to pick. So we had and I had brother and sister, one in second grade and one in fourth grade. And they had fun with that. They had to say the word, otherwise they can't get the popsicle stick. They got the correct. It depends what they like. I mean, it really depends. I have students who hate the memory games. So I do with them bingo cards, or they create Go Fish. Go Fish. We have Shoots and Ladders that we created with kids. Kids like my students like to create the game.
Okay.
So for them to do it.
Okay, great. Efrat, you want also to share us with some games so that you can back to us?
I'm a kindergarten teacher, but I'm a music teacher, so I'm using a lot of movement games, imitations games, but you can do it with language too, because music is a language.
Can you give us a specific game? Because I want to think together which kind of skills do you think that this example is good for?
You mean to suggest a game?
Yeah, a specific game. Like you say, you have like imitation games.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to imitate a physical
movement, yes.
Physical
but
movement.
by listening to something, by listening to music, one child he has to react to something, to do something, and the whole group can imitate. But it's according to what they hear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's what we do, and we do a lot of games with balls, but throwing balls to each other, or something like that. But they always have to listen to the music and to react to a special point.
Mm-hmm.
I think in language you can do the same.
Right.
Like saying a sentence, reacting to something. It's the same thing.
Right. I think it's a very good idea that the direction that you just said, because games that combine physical movements and also communication with the others, so it fulfill two main things. One is the memory. You have to remember words or remember phrases or remember whatever, and the other is to communicate with it, like to deliver the word to another participant. So it's also to understand, but also to transmit.
The more parts in your mind that are involved in the lesson procedure, the more you learn and you remember.
Right. Okay. So now I want us really to enjoy some games. Okay, all the theoretical parts, let's just do some games together and to enjoy it and to see how we can use it in a class. So we'll start with the simple Herzl Amar. Everyone know the game, Herzl Amar? Ida, Herzl Amar, do you understand what means Herzl Amar?
In the U.S., we play Simon Says.
Simon Says, right. Like Simon Says, Herzl Amar. If I could show you this, we have this big picture here in the office of Herzl, but I can now turn the camera. Okay, so Herzl Amar. Let's just do it, and we'll try to do it in Hebrew, Ida, also for you. Okay? Herzl Amar, לשים ידיים על הראש. הרצל אמר לשים ידיים על הראש. Good! הנה, Ida, you see, you got it. Now, just when I say Herzl Amar, you do it. When I don't say Herzl Amar, you don't do it. Okay? הרצל אמר לשים ידיים על הראש. הרצל אמר להרים יד ימין. יופי. מעולה. להרים יד שמאל. להרים, no, הרצל אמר מה היה? הרצל אמר להרים את שתי הידיים. מעולה. לעמוד. יופי, אתם לא עומדים, מצוין. הרצל אמר לספור עד 10. Put your mute off. Great. לרקוד. No one dance. הרצל אמר לשיר. לשיר. Can we hear you? הרצל אמר לשתוק ולשלב ידיים. מעולה. לקפוץ על רגל אחת. הרצל אמר לצחוק. Very good. מעולה. Now, the simple game. What is this game for? Which skills can we use, it develops? And which words and vocabulary we can teach through this simple game? Who wants to say? Just put off your the mute.
Ariela, go ahead. I think that it's great because I do teach, the parts of the body and, לעמוד, לשבת also. So it's great to do it this way. I also do it through singing. But yeah, this is fun. I think the kids would have fun with it.
Right. Ida, could as someone that do not speak Hebrew, did you feel that the game was good for you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You could understand what is happening. Yofi. Which kind of skills? Is it for reading, writing, understanding, or talking? Listening, right? They don't have to talk, they just have to listen. And it's very good, it's just as Maya said, to all the vocabulary of body and also verbs, adverbs. Yeah, like לעמוד, לרקוד, לצחוק, so all of this. So this, what do you think, for which ages is it good?
It depends on the class.
It depends on the class. נכון.
I will not do that in 6th grade, but 5th grade, they might like it. I don't know.
Right.
לא, למה? אני חושבת שאפשר אפילו בכיתה א', ב', לגמרי. הם מקשיבים, הם אוהבים.
Yeah, the little kids, yes, but It depends.
It depends.
אפשר בכיתות הגבוהות יותר לתת דברים יותר, קצת להגיד להם שזה קשור לשיעור לשון, ואז בעצם הם אחר כך צריכים לכתוב את כל הפעולות שנעשו.
Okay, מעולה. So you're Miri?
Yes.
Miri, okay. So what Miri said, that exactly think of, she suggests how to make this simple game more complicated and more interesting and more challenging to students in in grades, in upper grades. And that's really good, that it means you can take each game that I will present here, and each game that you think of, you can make it in a lot of variations and to improve it, or to make it, for advanced, for novice. It just depends on the group. Now, about teenagers, just one thing. Teenagers, most of them do not like to play. They feel it as childish and what? We are not like little kids. And they have it's about 6th grade, 7th grade until 12th grade. They just don't want to hear about it. So we can do games with them, but to all the time and explain them and insist that we are not just playing, we are studying. The game is a kind of a lesson. But we have to to take it on mind that teenagers, they, on this kind of stage, that they don't really want to separate them from the little kids. People, just second, for elder people, they return to love games just as the little ones. So if you're in with Ulpan, with elder people, they will like it, they would not be as shy as the teenagers and so hostile for that. Maya, you want to say something?
Yeah, I can only speak for our teenagers at the Haston Hebrew Academy. They enjoy it. And a lot of times we ask them to
They came last year and taught us a game.
What?
Last year when they came to us, they taught us a few games.
Right.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Yeah. So when you allow them to maybe create a game, and I know that Chagai did, he had a contest. It was very exciting.
Okay.
And they love that when you're asking them to perform.
Right.
And think of a game that, give them the criteria and then they go with it. So it could be fun. And the kids like it.
I totally agree. What I meant is that you really need to be careful not to be too childish with teenagers. Right. Because that, it will make them now, we're not in that kind of way. But
may I also comment? I'm sorry. I was going to say that one of the nice things about Lamar and similar games is not just the physicality, but as you increase the speed, it's not just a matter of learning, it's a matter of having to react quickly. Now, I taught kindergarten at our religious school about 3-4 years ago, and a game I developed, and these are for students, for kids who have very, very little to no Hebrew whatsoever. So a game like Kurtz Lamar doesn't work easily because they don't have the Hebrew to understand that much. So I developed a game called Boker Tov, and it works because there are 3 phrases: Boker Tov, Erev Tov, Laila Tov. And basically, they have to do what I say, not what I do. If I say Boker Tov, they're active and they must jump around. If I say Erev Tov, it's stand still. And if I say Laila Tov, they must lie down. Now, I will obviously do something different. I may lie down while I say Boker Tov, jump around while I say Laila Tov. And if I catch anybody out, they must step back. This is great, and the kids love this because they've been sitting for a long period of time. They now get to jump around, and in the end, they have 3 phrases that they learn. And if we play this over and over again, for a kindergarten class, at the end of the day, they only learn Boker Tov, Erev Tov, and Laila Tov, and they have to think quickly. I figure they learn something.
Great. It's a great thing that you said. It's a little bit, It reminds me a little bit what Efrat told us before. Why? Because it's the connection between, it's to make this connection between the word or the phrase and some physical movement. And when you do this, you have this on your mind, that physical movement and the phrase. It's not just that the brain remembers it, but it's like the body remembers it. You will remember it all the time. So it's great. Let's do some variation of Herzl Amar, Simon says, to make it a little bit more advanced way. And that game is Le'anu Shevet HaRuach, where the wind goes to. And the game goes like that. Instead of Herzl Amar, Simon says, and to do something, I will say some sentences which starts with the words Kol Mishe, everyone that. Kol Mishe something, and Kol Mishe it's true about him, he will need to do it. Okay? So just as an example, Kol Mishe lovesh jeans, and I will do it also in English so Ida could understand. Everyone that wears jeans, lשים ידיים על הראש. Okay. יופי. מעולה. כל מי שאוהב פלאפל, להרים יד ימין. אני לא אוהבת פלאפל. Okay. Very good. כל מי שגר בהונגריה, lives in Hungary, לשים ידיים על האף. Not me. Well, there's supposed to be here also morot from Hungary, so I thought that we have... כל מי שיודע knows, כל מי שיודע צרפתית, French, לשרוק. מי יודע? מירי? רגע, בואו נראה את מירי. מירי, את למדת צרפתית?
אני מבינה צרפתית, כי בעלי בבית מדבר צרפתית, וגיסי מדבר צרפתית. אני חייבת ללמוד, אין ברירה, אחרי 40 שנה.
עוד מישהו יודע צרפתית? עוד מישהו שרק? לא. כל מי שיש לו כלב, dog, ואני יודע את dog, כל מי שיש לו כלב, פרף פרף, לנבוח. אין לאנשים כלב?
מה, don't you have a dog?
לאף אחד פה אין כלב? No one has a dog?
No longer. I don't have a dog anymore.
אין כלב.
You don't have a dog. Okay. כל מי שהיה בישראל, למחוא כפיים. מאיה, מתי היית בישראל?
מתי הייתי באמת? לפני שנתיים. שנה וחצי.
אוקיי. זאב, מתי אתה היית בישראל?
מי כן.
5-6 שנים. Okay, very good. So, what is this game for? Which skills it develops? And which words and vocabulary we can teach through it.
Listening skills, of course. No.
My part?
Listening skills. You have to listen, otherwise you cannot do it.
Right.
And it's also very personal things.
Uh-huh.
You have to look and think about yourself to understand the sentence.
Right. So you see, what we in this game, it's also to understand, just like in Herzl Amar, but the level is a little bit higher. You can make it, you can, make differences with it. Yeah, of course. But it's the level is a little bit more higher. it can help us also to teach and to know, to repeat on verbs, כל מי שלובש, שאוהב, שגר, שיודע. Also about all the thing of יש לו כלב, יש לו מכונית, יש לו חתול, יש לו, אין לו וכולי. And also about tenses. You can make the changes and you can say, this is like in הווה. All the things are in present, except of כל מי שהיה was in Israel. But you can make it also if you want on a higher level to make it on the past or even on the future. כל מי שייסע לישראל בשנה הבאה. כל מי ש... וכולי. Also here we can make it around the context that we are teaching. Like if we do on food, okay? So כל מי שאוהב פלאפל, כל מי שאוכל בבוקר טוסט, לחם. כל מי ששתה חלב אתמול. We can make the differences of tenses also. And you saw that what I did here, as a change, as something different, an opposite of Herzl Lamar, we can also use here communication, talking. Like, כל מי שיודע צרפתית, and then I asked her, hey, מתי למדת צרפתית? כל מי שהיה בישראל, and then I asked when you were in Israel. So we can also make it as, again, for phrases, just to understand the phrases, but also to combine with it also questions that the children can ask them, each other and to answer, of course. Okay. So that's just kind of a summarize of this game. You can have all the presentation afterwards. So just, it's here. Okay. Another thing, do you have a paper and something to write on with you? Great. So what we're going to do now, and Ida, I hope that you will understand some of the words. They are very easy, but I will not do them in English because it will. It's not the goal of the game. So this is like drawing and telling. Tsiur sipur. I will just say some words. They're very easy words. Easy also to draw. And you need to draw it. Okay? Let's say yeah. So, first one. Bite. Very simple. Okay, good. Don't show us to us yet. Okay? Bite. It's. Very simple drawing of the thing, okay? You don't have to do great. Bite, it's. ליד הבית, יש חתול, a simple חתול, כן? ושני ילדים. על העץ יש 3 תפוחים ופרחים יפים. פרחים יפים. Done? Who wants to show us his drawing? יפה! יפה מאוד. מצוין. נראה אפרת. נראה לי זה הפוך. Okay, we didn't see. So what is this game from? Whoops, רגע. What can we learn from this game? Of course, to understand the vocabulary. And we can use it, of course, to make the level of the vocabulary different. And similar, pay attention that it's really good to teach words that relate to space. Near, on, around, ליד, על, מתחת, לפני, אחרי. Also for numbers, 3 תפוחים, 2 ילדים. And also for לא adverbs, שמות תואר, adjectives. פרחים יפים, חתול שחור, עץ גדול, בית קטן וכולי.
אבל זה גם מילות יחס, prepositions as well.
נכון, נכון, נכון. אז גם prepositions, גם vocabulary וגם adjectives.
Right.
אם אני רוצה, if I want to make it a higher level, more challenging, I will give you, and now you need to take 2 minutes for that, okay? I will do, and that's also something that's important to say about games generally, to make limited time to everything. So take 2 minutes. I will give you some words, and you will need to make a little short story from this word. And the words are בית, עץ, חתול, ציפור, גשם, לילה, לבן או לבנה, חלום. Everyone can see it? כולם רואים? Either you can make it in English. Mom.
Only those words, or you can add more?
No, you can add, of course. You will need to add. You'll need to add prepositions. You need to add. But it has to include all of these words.
You want a story?
Yeah. Short one. Very short one.
With all the words?
All those words.
Okay.
Either you can do it in English. I'll tell you the words. Home or house. House, bite. עץ, tree. חתול, cat. ציפור, bird. גשם, rain. לילה, night. לבן, white. And חלון, window. Wait a second. יש? מאיה, בואי תקריאי לנו.
הייתי בבית בלילה עם החתול שלי. הסתכלתי בחלון אל הלבנה, וראיתי ציפור על העץ, ופתאום ירד גשם, והציפור עפה ונעלמה.
וואו, מקסים! יפה מאוד!
מאיה.
We have a writer in here! יפה ממש! אפרת, you want to read this also?
אוקיי. בלילה עמדתי ליד החלון של הבית שלי, ירד גשם, החתול הלבן הסתתר מתחת לעץ, והציפור עמדה על העץ.
מקסים. טוב מאוד.
כל הכבוד.
מירי?
למה יש סיפור?
בואו תכתבו, תקריאו.
אנחנו אומרות,
כן.
לילה גשום אחד, עם צאת לבנה, עמדו הציפורים על העץ, החתול הלבן עמד על עדן החלון. הילדים ציירו ציורים יפים עם בית ופרחים. כל המשפחה שמחה.
מקסים. מקסים. מישהו עוד רוצה להקריא לנו? לא, בסדר. זה?
באנגלית ועברית. היום בבוקר חתול, לבן חתול שלי watched ציפור בחלון. He could not get to the bird, so he waited a lila.
Okay, מעולה. מעולה. Now, it was great. I'm really happy that you just read us your story because it was a really good example of what we can do with our students. What do I mean? For the Israeli native speakers, it was pretty easy, of course. But for someone that Hebrew is not his first language, we can also, when we do this kind of activity, we can see it's kind of a test, not really a test, but as teachers, we can see what are the vocabulary that the students still need to work out. What are the problems, or not? Which are the grammar like mistakes? We know from that on what we should work. Okay, so and that's really important because we can use all those games as a great activity and fun activity, okay, for the students. It's as an educational activity, which makes them to repeat and to internalize the materials, but also it's a tool for us as teachers to know what is the level, and what is the understanding of our children. Okay. Now, with this kind of game, we of course make the earliest one in much higher level, and we give the students the opportunity for creative active doing. Okay, creative and imaginary, and they need to make a real long how do you say piska? Like a story, okay? So it's much more complicated, much more challenging, but it still can be very enjoying, I think. The Evit was enjoying for you, or was it too hard?
Enjoyable.
You enjoyed it? Okay. Good. So that's it. So that's to summarize. And okay. Another one. You can see all those people in here? Everyone can recognize them? Okay. Every one of them? Good.
This is all Hanoch Fiban, which we are going to meet in the future.
Oh. באמת?
Again, we're all doing this.
Okay. So what do we want? I want you, Ze'ev and Efrat.
Two that I don't recognize, though.
What? You cannot
don't
recognize
recognize
everyone? Okay,
No.
let's see. This one is
Between Obama and Simpson.
it's Madonna. It's not a
And after between Simpson and Elvis?
Between Elvis and Simpson? Oh,
Sigmund
I
Freud.
cannot.
Is it an Albert Einstein?
Albert
there's one on the
Einstein is
bottom.
here.
Yeah. Einstein on the bottom, Sigmund
Okay,
Freud.
okay. Let's
Oh,
do
that's
it.
right.
No. When does לא משנה. בסדר. No, because we can use it on the game, but never mind. Zeev and Ida. Okay, Ida will do it in English. Zeev will do it in Hebrew. I want you to think, both of you, on some person. Don't just think of him. Don't tell us his or her name, but describe us, give us some description of them in 3 sentences, some clues. Okay, it can be a short clue. No, for Ida we'll do it a different thing. For Ida we'll ask her. Okay, so I will have to describe. For Ida we'll ask her. Ida, we just have to ask you yes or no questions about this character. And we have just 5 questions that we can ask her to know who is this person. Okay, who wants to ask first? I will start. Ida, the Ben, is it a guy? A male? No, it's a woman, Isha. Okay, זאת Isha.
There is only one.
No, there's 2.
No,
גולדה.
two.
גולדה
Oh.
למטה
גולדה
ומדונה.
למטה ומדונה למעלה.
Okay.
אוקיי.
Does she have blonde hair? In Hebrew, יש לה שיער כזה צהוב?
לא, אין לה שיער צהוב. Okay, now we know. יפה. So is it Golda? מעולה. Okay. סבבה. So that was easy. Now, Zeev, you need to give us clues in Hebrew. We won't ask you. You need to give us 3 sentences about this guy or woman.
כן. לא בעברית.
בעברית. Try.
Do you want me to give sentences to describe, a sentence of questions?
Sentences, but it can also be like clues. It's not really have to be a real sentence. It can be like,
זה האיש.
אין לו משקפיים?
כן.
אין לו משקפיים.
אין לו
שיער?
סימפסון.
סימפסון.
כן.
הנה!
It's really easy.
Yes, really.
You did it very well. Okay. So it was really good. What is this game for? Just tell me.
It helps you build vocabulary. It helps you think on your feet and mix and match your vocabulary.
Right. Exactly. And you see that in this game, it's also a combination of both understand, the other people need to understand, but also to describe, to tell. If I want to do it, also to develop not just description, oral description, but also skills of reading and writing. What can I do with it? How can I change it a little bit? So we can use it also for develop skills of reading and writing. Ideas? Zev, do you have an idea?
Both Palm, I'm sorry, I could not.
If I want to use this kind of game, also to improve the skills of reading and writing, what can I do?
You could do the same thing, except that one person has to write out the questions.
Right.
Write them on the board, write them on a piece of paper. And then everybody has to work from those written questions. So now they have to read.
Great, great.
Right.
Another thing that we can do is to ask each participant to write just one clue or one sentence about the person that they chose. Okay, just one. And then we put all those on, and to put it on a little note, you know, to read it, and to put all those in a hat or some box. And then everyone, each participant needs to take notes, to read the sentence, and to guess who it describes. Understand what I mean? Like you have sentences of הוא היה ראש ממשלה. Okay? And then they have to ראש ממשלה, prime minister. And then you have to guess who it's for. Of course, you can fit this game to each kind of topic, each kind of contest. It's not just have to be people, it can also be objects that in kind of a context that you are teaching on. Okay, we are now have just only 15 minutes. So let's see which kind of rega. Okay, so we'll do just two more games, okay? First one is true or false. Ariella, I want you to say 2 sentences about
myself,
yourself.
one true and one not.
בדיוק. אחד נכון, one is true, and one is not true.
I should say it in Hebrew?
You'll say it in Hebrew, and then afterwards we will translate it to English.
Okay.
רגע, whoops. Never mind. כן.
היה לי כלב כשהייתי קטנה. היה לי שיער בלונדיני כשהייתי קטנה.
Okay. היה לי כלב כשהייתי קטנה.
I had a dog as a young kid, or I had blonde hair as a young kid.
Okay. Who thinks that the first one, היה לי כלב כשהייתי קטנה, it's true, זה נכון? להרים יד ימין. היה לי כלב כשהייתי ילדה. Who thinks it's true? להרים יד ימין. No one thinks it's true? מי חושב? היה לי שיער בלונדיני, I had blonde hair when I was a child. Who thinks that's true? להרים יד. The woman from Indianapolis, I don't remember your name. What do you think?
בושה מאיה, בושה.
לא שומעת אותה, היא...
רגע, אני לא... וואטס? אני מנסה לראות את כולם. Okay.
I thought that she had blonde hair as a child.
Yeah, me too.
What I said.
רגע, אז מה נכון?
היה לי בלונדיני. יש לי עדיין כאן.
אוקיי.
כרגע זה ג'ינג'י. טבעי, טבעי, טבעי. Natural blonde, natural red.
Right.
מעולה.
She's all... She's natural.
אני אתן לכם דוגמה נוספת למשהו. Okay, so this kind of game, of course, also to understand and to talk, yeah, communication. But we can also use it also for like kind of a kind of an exam, a test of things that we are teaching the children. Like instead of making a test, instead of making an exam, we can do this kind of activity and actually to see if they how much they know the stuff or not. For example, I don't know if you know it, but I hope you do. אתמול היה יום השנה לרצח ראש ממשלת ישראל, יצחק רבין. Yesterday it was the day where Rabin, Prime Minister, were murdered. That's one sentence. The other thing is, לפני כמה ימים, some days ago, ציינו 70 שנה להצהרת בלפור. It was 70 years to Balfour declarations. So מה נכון, מה לא נכון? מי אומר?
יום השנה ישראל, לועזי או עברי?
לועזי או עברי של רבין. לועזי אז היה אתמול באמת.
Okay, so Ariella, so מי אומר רבין was true? להרים יד. Okay. מי אומר בלפור was true? Balfour, it was 100 years, 100 שנה. So you're right. But it's a way that we can really use this game also for like an examination. So that we did, and now, okay. Now a little one, and I think that we will stop with that. I'm sure that you know it. I hope that you know it. It's the השלימו את המילה איש תלוי. You know that? Okay, so we'll skip that. But try, actually, just try to, I'll give you a clue. It's a song. It's in Hebrew song. Who wants to say a letter?
Good.
Mama? Yud. Okay, yes, Yud. I got sheet. Oh no, I don't have here any option to make it. But yes, there is Yud at the beginning, and Yud also here.
ירושלים של זהב.
Bravo. Bravo. So that, of course, is a very fun game, and everyone in each age, they like it. Another one that I really like is מחבואי מילים ובוצק. And what we do with this is we take a very long word like encyclopedia, or we can do a phrase. We can take ירושלים של זהב, for example, the name of the song. And the student just need to find out words that are hidden, words within the big word. Like in encyclopedia, I can say ani. Okay. You can see ani, or I can say kal, easy, or I can say daf, because if you say, and I can say vilon, and I can do many words. So that's also a very nice game. That's also a great way to make like a silence game. You know, many of the games that make the students really in moves, and there are shoutings and all of this at the class. So this is not. This will concentrate and just think, and it will give you some minutes of silent moments. Another one, but we will not have you know what? All the other rest of the presentation, you will just get it. We'll send it to you or put it on our website. We'll decide what to do. But there are many more, including, of course, all the games of improvisation games, which are really, really nice. But for that, actually, this platform of this digital platform is not really friendly. You really need to make this to experience it, but you will have it many ideas of improvisation games and theatrical games. You'll have it here. And the last one that I want to do, and that's how we will finish the thing, is games that are based on lists. And for that, we will just make a little last experience. I want each one of you to think and to write on paper 10 words that describe himself. It can be to describe himself in 10 words. It can be 10 different words, but it can also be like a little sentence or some words together. Okay? 10 words about yourself. To describe yourself in 10 words. And also, in this 10 word, you have to include, you remember the first thing that I asked you to think about game that you like? So, including those 10 words, one of them should be this game that you like, your favorite game. So it's like 10 words and game. You have? Okay, who wants to start? אריאלה, אין לכם?
יש לי המון מילים עליי.
אז עכשיו 10, את מקבצת.
כן. אוקיי. יצירתית. עובדת קשה, זה נחשב 1 או 2?
2? עובדת קשה?
עובדת וקשה, כן. חושבת, מתחשבת, סבלנית. עייפה.
עייפה.
תקשורתית. אני אוהבת תקשורת מאוד. אוהבת לקרוא, אני לא יודעת איך להגיד את זה.
אוהבת לקרוא, מעולה.
לא, רגע, והמשחק שאני אוהבת, כל המשחקים.
ומה? והמשחק, כל המשחקים?
לא, אהבתי דווקא עם התמונות, כי אני עושה את זה גם מאנגלית.
לא, אבל משחק שאת אוהבת, בלי קשר להיום.
אני דווקא משתמשת באתר, quizzes.
Quizzes, okay.
Yeah, quizzes.
Okay.
I create a lot of stuff during with quizzes and vocabulary and sentences describing. They love it. They know 10 minutes towards the end of the lesson. There's quizzes on the vocabulary we learned.
Okay, great. תודה. Ida, you can tell us in English 10 words. Describe us in 10 words.
Ida, if you can hear me, press on the unmute at the top.
I did it here. Ida, you could. No.
Hear me?
Yofi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. You want about 10 words about me describing myself?
Exactly.
Okay. Happy. Blonde. Mother. Grandmother. Teacher. School manager. Kindergarten. Social.
And games that you like?
Simon says,
Simon says, מעולה. Perfect. Thank you so much. Maya.
Okay, so I've got Mora, Ima, Savta, פסיפס, כי אני עוסקת בפסיפס.
יפה.
אוהבת לקרוא ספרים, התעמלות, שזה דבר שמאוד חשוב לי, טיולים, יצירתית, ישראלית ואמריקאית, מתחשבת בתלמידים, אוהבת ללמד וחיובית.
מעולה. וואו, כבר נתתם הרבה יותר מ10. You give us more.
סליחה, לא ספרתי. אני אישית משחקת מאז'אן, אבל אבל עם התלמידים שלי אני עושה את קוויזלט, לייב קוויזלט, and Kahoots, שזה במחשב.
כן.
שהם כל כך אוהבים את זה. My students love Kahoots and Quizlet Live.
כן, כן. נהדר. נהדר. עוד מישהו רוצה? אוקיי, אנחנו נעצור פה. רק מה שחשוב לי, שימו לב, pay attention that we can do this games of lists are really good also as communication, just to know each other. You can do it for each, for many topics, for many subjects, like things that you like to do, things that you don't like to do, things that you did last week, then you're gonna do last week, and then it will be like on tenses, different tenses. Just a second. Things that relates to food and drink. 10 things that I like to eat, I don't like to eat. 10 things that I like to eat with my grandmother. 10 things that we eat on holidays. 10 things that are healthy. 10 things that are not healthy. To make many. Of course, and also on, on clothes, on animals, on the seasons, 10 things that you do on winter, 10 things that you do on summer, 10 things that you can do on the snow, when it's snowing, when it's raining, and many of them. Maya, you want something to say?
Yes. Well, one thing that I didn't mention is I teach Israeli cooking. It's an elective in middle school. And through that, the kids learn about my family history. You know, I'm both Ashkenazic and Sephardi, and so I tell them my Ashkenazic grandmother used to do this, my Moroccan grandmother or my mom did that. So the kids love it, and I give them the recipes in the end, and it's a very popular elective, not because of me, because of the food, of course.
Yeah,
and because of you.
It's great.
And because of you, Maya.
Well, again, it gives them another aspect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you also
She does the same thing in Hebrew.
I do it in Hebrew. Yeah.
כן, השנה התחילה.
השנה התחלתי, אני עושה סדנה של בישול, ויש לי ילדים, בעיקר הילדים המאתגרים, אני ככה לוקחת אותם, ואני עושה להם שעתיים שבועיות, והם פשוט, אי אפשר להכיר את הילדים, את פתאום מכירה ילדים אחרים לגמרי.
כי גם הם רואים אותך בצורה אחרת.
לגמרי, והם מחכים.
המורה בכיתה, אלא משהו כיפי,
נכון.
ואיתי שלך.
זהו, עכשיו כולם כבר באים לדפוק בדלת, המורה גם אנחנו רוצים.
נכון, גם אצלי זה כך.
ואני רק רוצה להציע פה בהקשר הזה, את אומרת שאת נותנת להם מתכונים, that you give them recipes.
נכון.
Maybe you're doing it, that to give them, to make them write their own recipes. שהם צריכים לכתוב מתכונים.
נכון, זה מה שאני עושה איתם את זה, שהם כותבים את המתכון, כי ככה אני מלמדת אותם בעצם, יש בעצם איזושהי יחידה שלומדים לכתוב מתכון.
נכון.
בעברית, בשפה. אז אני מלמדת אותם, אני נותנת להם פעם אחת מתכון, לראות איך זה נראה, את המבנה, ואז אני נותנת להם את המתכון שהוא כולו מפוזר, שבפנים יש את המצרכים, ובפנים יש את הכמויות, ובפנים יש את אופן ההכנה, והם צריכים עכשיו לשים את זה במקום הנכון, בתבנית הנכונה.
מצוין.
וזה עובד מכיתה ג' ועד כיתה ו', זה מקסים.
נכון.
ועוד שני רעיונות רק בהקשר הזה, שבאמת אפשר גם לתת להם לכתוב תפריטים.
נכון.
לכתוב תפריטים, להמציא, אתם יכולים להשתמש, בארץ עכשיו יש איזה טרנד מטורף כזה, של להמציא כל מיני שמות.
נכון, נכון לגמרי.
זה שמות מאוד יצירתיים, לתת להם...
זה המטרת על שלי, זו המטרת על שלי, לקראת סדרה שהם יכתבו מתכונים של עצמם, והכינו מזה מצגת, ואחר כך אנחנו נוציא את זה כספר מתכונים שלהם.
מעולה.
אני עשיתי את זה בעבר.
וגם ביקורות. ביקורות, כמו ביקורת על מתכונים, כמו ביקורת על ספרים.
נכון.
זו ביקורת על...
נכון. כאילו לתת לאנשים אחרים לטעום, ושהם ייתנו לך ביקורת על זה.
כן, אבל זה יכול להיות אפילו קצת בעייתי, שלא ייכנס שם מתח, טנשן. כאילו, אולי שיכתבו ביקורת על עצמם.
שזה חיובי.
על עצמם. שיכתבו ביקורת על המתכון שהם עשו.
נכון.
אוקיי.
נכון. עוד דבר יש לי להוסיף, and I'll say it in English though. I've been working with my 6th graders on parables, mishalim, and then as an assignment, they have been working on writing their own parables. התלמידים שלי כתבו את המשלים.
מקסים.
הם המציאו. האם אתם רוצות שאנחנו נשלח לכם את זה?
מאיה, זה יהיה מקסים.
אוקיי.
מאיה היא השותפה שלנו של השותפות.
מה?
לא, אני מסבירה שמאיה היא בבית ספר התאום שלנו.
אוקיי.
היא באינדיאנפוליס, ואנחנו בבית ספר בעכו, ואנחנו בשותפות כבר המון שנים. 10 שנים.
אולי נעשה ספר מתכונים.
זה רעיון לא רע.
זה רעיון מעולה.
גם אנחנו.
חברים וחברות, אנחנו צריכים לסיים...
המצגת נשלחת אלינו איך?
כן, I don't know if we will send it to you through Gil, or
that's fine.
on our website. I guess it will be both. We will do it. We will send it to him, and also it will be in our website.
Okay, thank you very much.
Really fun to us. כן, אפשר להפסיק את המצגת. I really had a good time. I hope you enjoyed too. And have a great evening. Have a great week. Enjoy, play, and have fun.
Thank you. I want to thank you, Inbal, for being with us, and thank you everyone for joining in. You're welcome to send your feedback through the email you received. If you want to give us more ideas for the future workshop, just like this one, we're happy to provide and be there for this great community of educators. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening and a good rest of the day. All the best.
And good cooking.
Bye-bye.
Bye.